Millions of years ago, the region now known as Southern Central America, which includes Costa Rica, the southern part of Nicaragua, and the western region of Panama, began its emergence, joining the two Americas and forming one of the richest regions of natural resources in the world, the Neotropics. Volcanic eruptions slowly formed biological corridors between North and South America, suitable for the migration of species, which in turn became fertilizers and pollinators of our forests. Weather conditions such as temperature, precipitation, and humidity gave way to the unique characteristics found in these lands, making it one of the most densely biological areas of the world. It is estimated that more than 1,500,000 species of plants and animals live within this life zone. However, we are familiar with less than 20% of them. Knowledge about the forest is not only important for conservation, but also to understand the symbiosis between the species. For example, some plants provide nourishment while others provide protection, doing so in exchange for pollination and, in some cases, protection and care. Poorly planned urban development, intensive agricultural practices, and the uncontrolled creation of pasture land have degraded these tropical forests to such precarious conditions that it demands our utmost attention. Many are the species of animals that our children will never see, and even greater is the number of plants that not even we will get to see, all due to our careless habits and social behaviors. Moreover, throughout history, the rainforest has consolidated its position as providing a source of resources for the survival of our peoples. From the production of spears and arrows that served out indigenous groups to providing us with medicines for diseases that are currently regarded as incurable. It is in consideration of the situation presented above that Rainforest Adventures takes a proactive stance in favor of environmental improvement in a region that is so limited financially while so rich in natural resources. Rainforest Adventures has always been concerned about the environmental impact caused by the construction on our private reserve, especially regarding erosion and environmental damage. We have also taken into account the effect caused by human presence in the forest and the consequences of the operation itself. To be consistent with our goal to maintain these 475 hectares of land as a biosphere reserve, we kept high environmental standards throughout the construction process. For example, one of the most important tasks that we underwent so as not to cause environmental impact was the construction of a wooden path using fallen trees found on the property, thus avoiding the erosion of the trails during the construction process. Another concern was the weight of the construction materials that needed to be transported through the forest, which is why a cableway system, similar to the ones used on banana plantations, was installed to move materials without directly affecting the ground with the weight. More than 500,000 pounds of materials were transported in this manner. The most important challenge we faced was installing the metal towers that support our trams. We hired a helicopter from the Sandinista Army to move the towers, and with high-precision aerial maneuvers, the helicopter pilots were able to complete their mission. The tropical rainforest is a living miracle. Its great diversity and complexity make it the richest habitat on our planet, and the vegetation is so dense and competitive that it is organized at different levels. Humid heat allows a tree to grow up to 25 meters in height and more than 40 centimeters in diameter in less than 6 years. Oddly enough, when we humans explore the forest, we observe the lower levels, where only about 10% of the solar energy is absorbed, and it is usually dark, damp, and silent. The higher level of the forest, or canopy, absorbs 80% of light energy from the sun, and it is here that you will find the most luscious fruits and flowers, as well as the animals they attract. Up until now, exploring the canopy has been a limiting experience for researchers and scientists who have used complicated and high-risk methods. During your visit to the Hanging Gardens of the Rainforest Aerial Tram, you will have the opportunity to enjoy the canopy that is located 10 to 50 meters above the ground and that historically has been beyond man's reach. We would like to point out that the Rainforest Aerial Tram is not a zoo. On the contrary, the animal species found on our private reserve live in absolute freedom on our property, in the Braulio Carrillo National Park and its buffer zones. The excellent natural camouflage and the fact that the majority of the mammals found in the rainforest are nocturnal makes it difficult for us to identify an animal in the forest, but we know they're there. You can get your adrenaline pumping in our rainforest. Live the experience gliding between platforms that are carefully located on each tree that makes up the circuit. 14 platforms, 10 cables, and the Adrenaline 700-meter zip line will make this a unique experience. We have 10 cozy cabins that are designed and built in harmony with the forest, causing the least environmental impact possible. Each cabin has a terrace, bathroom, and includes the service of a guide for park activities. You may also live the experience of our butterfly garden, a location that is 100% natural and where you can learn more about the process of this wonderful insect undergoes from start to finish. Bird watching and hiking within the park is a unique experience. It is common to observe several species of birds while walking on our trails, and you can also venture out to explore the forest in greater detail on our walking tour, where our guides will help you fully experience some of the most sophisticated terrain in the forest. Our parks are certified for sustainable tourism because we conscientiously and intensely work at satisfying our current needs without compromising the ability of future generations to be able to satisfy their own needs. We are also the first tour company certified by the Earth University as carbon neutral because